All right, all right. Jeez, I did this same thing at the start of the members stream. All right, all right, all right. Let's go. Okay, so I'm just waiting for the game to start up. How is everybody doing tonight? Um, Obviously it's just me again, but Kyle will be here for the intermissions. He had a long vacation, so I'm giving him kind of the night off so that he can continue to recuperate from all of the time at the beach and at Epcot. So we'll do this way one more time, and then this weekend go back down to the couch. So come on, ESPN, let's. It's 7:02, and it's saying this program hasn't aired yet. Um, should be going here. Okay, here we go. I want to join live. Okay. Okay, so how's everybody doing? Colin, Tarasov versus Wallstead tonight. Let me turn this down. I don't need this in my ear this loud. Okay. Bennett, Verhage, Kachuk is the top line. Lines and D pairs are the same. Hey, Bucks, how we doing, buddy? Gwen, good to see you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. The as the season goes on this way, it's mainly the diehards that are watching. You know what I mean? Not specifically me, but in general, you know what I mean? For the Panthers, it's the diehards that are watching. Hey, Derek, Jake, appreciate you. Craig, recovery from vacation. Oh my God, from the food. Jeez. Brother Gene was making stuff on the grill. My dad was making stuff on the grill. He went to restaurants. He went all sorts of places. So, but he's good now. Yeah, right back at you, Jake. Good luck tonight. You guys really don't need the points. We don't want them anyway, though. We don't want them. So just do us a favor. We go back and forth here, sometimes 5 minutes at a time, whether we want to tank or win games. It's very frustrating. The tank is back on because Tarasov is in. We'll see. Oh my God, a Petrie goal tonight. Yeah. Hot dog, how you doing? Kyle's going to be here for intermissions. He came home yesterday pretty exhausted. He's rested up, but I didn't want him to overdo it since we got Saturday and Sunday, and I kind of like this. So he'll be here for the intermissions. So kind of ease him back in. Yeah, hopefully they play him during the playoffs, right? There you go, Gwen. Hey, I the things I've done, you know, I haven't had to have a real job outside of the house in 27 years. And it's not always been pretty, but we all got to do what we got to do. You know, I'll put it this way. Well, I'll shut my mouth. I'm going to shut up. I've had a little bit of inebriation. I'm feeling pretty good, but I probably should shut up, so I will. The Collins says there's a new report from Emily Kaplan that the Cats and Bob could come to an agreement before the end of the season. Seriously, yeah. She wouldn't be surprised. Eyes is saying the same thing, right? Good. So sign him now so we can rest him and call up Cooper Black and then watch Black start tearing it up, right? Not going to happen. Hey, Lilia. Kyle's going to be here for the intermissions. He's going to be here for the intermissions. He's pretty exhausted from his trip, and he was not feeling well yesterday because he was so exhausted. So I wanted to give him one more night off. Yeah, Craig, signing Bob would be a good kickoff to the summer break, no doubt. Hot dog. Yeah, OnlyFans has been good, right? I haven't had to go there yet. I was OnlyFans back before the internet. Not before the internet. Not before the internet, but before OnlyFans was on the internet. I was massage fans. We'll put it that way. Lisa Hinnestro's a lock in. Don't. No, what? Lily, I think talk to text got you there. I tried to read that. The Cats have an advantage in that Tampa did wear them down. We should be facing a tired. Oh, that's right, Tampa. Okay. Well, whatever happens, happens, right? Bobby, so Cooper Black is big, 6'8", I think 228. We don't know yet. The Russian kid, Jaris Mayuk, I think that's something how you pronounce it. He's done pretty good. He's got a bunch of shutouts for himself this year. Black is a big goalie. His side to side still needs some work. At least that's how it was at the beginning of this year. But his numbers at Charlotte have been progressively getting better. No, Gwen. He went on a trip. He got on a plane and went on a trip. He was in Florida for 10 days to visit my parents and brother Gene. So he went to Epcot, he went boogie boarding, went to the zoo, the whole thing. So he just got back yesterday and was absolutely trashed out. Hey, Miami Sports. Eyes, I appreciate that. He says, I love to see Jaws reading audiobooks. He has a good voice for it. My daughter says the same thing. She says I should do creepypasta. I don't know. Maybe. Eventually, something I do will blow up. And then all of the people that find that will find the hockey channel. And then I'll stop doing everything else. And I'll be like, finally, I got what I wanted. I wanted the hockey channel to blow up. Bulwar says, at least Kyle gets rest. I would get home on a flight from Hawaii on Monday at 4:30 a.m. and then have to get up at 8 for school and have to explain to your teachers why you're half asleep. Yikes. That's rough. My first day at basic training in the Air Force, by the time we got into bed, well, I was up at 4 a.m, and then they put you on commercial flights with layovers on purpose so that by the time you get onto the base, you woke up at 4 a.m. to get on your flight, and we got to bed till about 3 a.m. And then at 5 o'clock in the morning, they came into the dorms banging baseball bats on the metal garbage cans, telling us to get up. Oh, yeah. No, I know all about that brain-eating amoeba. I grew up down there. I know all about that. That's some dangerous stuff. Tampa plays Karen today, Bucks. I hope Karen doesn't get beat up too bad. I know, JC. I know. The game is on the very network that sells the streaming service. Jaris Mayuk is like charismatic, but with a G. But instead of Matic, it's Miyuk. So Jaris Miyuk. Okay. I think I got it right. All right. Oh, let me text my dad. Hold on. I know I got to get the score bug up too. I almost remembered it. Let me get my dad going. This is all the stuff I do when I don't have to do when Kyle is here. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, let's go, stupid Dolphins. Oh, Bucks asked Miss Jaws to help. Well, she should be in the chat at some point tonight. That's what she likes to do, is come on and talk with you guys in the chat. Which actually, especially when we're downstairs on the couch, that is a big help for me. But I'm gonna try to be more involved with the chat now that I've done it this way. I kind of like it, to be honest. But I can't watch the TV with my glasses on, and I can't read the chat with them off. So what we did a couple of times is we had another TV where we put the chat up on it so I could read it, but then everybody was spoiling the goals, putting it in the chat too early. And so we'd be watching the game and somebody, the chat would come up and say, goal. And then like 30 seconds later, we would see it. So I couldn't do it that way. Regular season, it's not a big deal. But in the playoffs, I don't want a goal getting spoiled for me. You know what I mean? Hey, Great White. Kyle's going to be here for the intermissions. He'll be here for the intermissions. And then, this weekend it'll be back to normal. I'm probably going to give myself some contacts. Here we go. We're back, though. All right. So which one of the bottom six guys is going to ruin the tank? I mean, win us the game tonight? When is Kyle starting the women's volleyball channel? After I start the lawn mowing channel, I'm just gonna put the GoPro on my hat when I mow the grass. But mine won't be for the ASMR part, although some of it might be. I want to start a mowing channel, like a yard work channel, where I don't say anything. I'm just doing the yard work. But I do a terrible job. So the comments are all full of people telling me how wrong I did the things. I won't say anything. I'm not going to be on camera. You'll just see the POV of the yard work, and I'll just do a shitty job the whole times. You know the rules with volleyball. You need a perch and binoculars. Yeah. All right. So I guess we've got no shots on goal. We need 0 points tonight, Barman. Yeah. Landscaping with Jaws. I got Great White. I could see the comment section now because I got 3 acres. And the only thing I have for a weed eater, because we don't really mess around with it too much around here. But I have just I have a battery-powered one, a rechargeable battery-powered weed eater. Greenworks or something like that. It does what I need it to do, edge around the fence and the dog's grave. But I could just see the comment section. You have a chainsaw? Yeah. Yeah. I got chainsaw mowing. I got 2 mowers. One's a rider, one's a push. Self-propelled battery-powered push mower, though. Best investment I ever made. To do the edging with the push mower. No gas. First landscaping video. Well, a giant rock killed my lawnmower. Out here, it'd be stumps. The grass will grow higher than the stumps, and you don't realize the little stump is there from an old tree, and you end up clunked on it, have to raise the deck, put the belts back on. Oh, all right. So we got 3-2 on the shots. This is definitely moving a little bit better than the last game. But I think the days of us looking terrible like we're going to tank might be over. Get a goat. Yeah, that's funny, Great White, because the farm on the corner here, that's what they do is they have the goats, the little ones. And, I mean, they'll always have 20, 30 goats out there. They're adorable. And Donna was like, let's get a goat. And I'm like, yeah, but Leia. Leia might have to learn a tough lesson if we get a goat. On today's episode of Widest Jaws, Find in the Woods, we have a giant tree. Well, we had a tornado a couple years ago, and we lost a lot of trees. We had to cut a bunch of trees down. And obviously the big trees, you see the stumps. But we only had them cut it down and haul it away because it was astronomical to have them grind all the stumps. So I got to rent a stump grinder and get to the smaller ones. Either that or just what I really need to do actually is I got to get I got to add the mulch kit to the mower. All right. So who's going to score first? Barkov? Marchand? Hey, Daniel, how you doing, buddy? Hot dog. I like that idea. I like that idea. All right, good save, Tarasov. Good stop, buddy. Even though I can't take my hat off, my hat is off to all of you who are here. Appreciate it. If you're watching this stream, if you're even just watching the Panthers game, team deserves the support. If you went to the game, team deserves the support. These guys gave us 3 straight years of just unbelievable ups and downs, mostly ups. And it's good to see that they're not completely getting abandoned. They will be back next season. Real. Oh, to go to the marshlands? I am gonna be hey Patel, how you doing, buddy? I am gonna be doing some videos from the kayak in some freshwater places this year. They get real narrow. Not quite marsh, but Patel says Bob and Tarasov should be out for lower body injury. Get one of us to play goalie for $100. They gotta pay for my flight though. They gotta pay for my flight. And I want a bubble. I don't trust the cage. I want a bubble. Hot Dog says if we actually get our first round pick, are we going live for the draft? We're going to be live for the draft. Well, if we're in the draft lottery, we'll be live for the draft lottery. And so then, yeah, we'll be live for the draft. I might go live this year anyway. We'll see. Cash that fishing video you did with the van. Oh, yeah. I actually have a fishing channel. I started making some videos, and then Ellie died, and then my plan was I bought a GoPro, I bought all this stuff, and I knew Fluffy had a couple more years left, so the plan was, now that it was just him and I was just going to take him to the river, and we were going to go all the places, and he was just going to be there with me when I went fishing. Because when Ellie passed, I thought for sure he had another couple of years, and you guys know how that went. So I ended up with all this stuff and the channel and everything ready to go. And then, I just had to wait till I was ready. And then, God brought me Leia. And so we're going to, I'm not going to be fishing with her this year, but I am going to be taking her to the river and the beach. And then if we get used to that, then maybe I can take her fishing. Phil said, so did anyone mention the disastrous MLB on Netflix gaming coverage? No. You have to have, I can't imagine. Aren't they having a situation with baseball where like a lot of the teams don't even have like a TV deal? Real says, I'll play goalie for $100, and if you give me 200 more, I'll fight Lil Connor Hellebuck. You weigh 130 pounds. Lily, you're not big into fishing? Well, everybody's got their thing, right? I throw them back. I don't. When I was a kid, I ate enough fish in my life. The biggest problem with the Netflix game was 7-0 by the third inning, so you pretty much turned it off. Jeez. No, I didn't know about that, Gwen. So we got 4-4 in the shots. That's how we ended the other night after the first period. So this is a little bit better. But yeah, we don't. So Rodriguez is still not on the bench. He left after his first shift. What did I miss? I think he got hit in the hand. Are we going to stream the NFL draft? It depends on when the day is. And what I mean by that is, as long as it doesn't conflict with a hockey playoff game that we plan on streaming. And we're going on to PK. All right. But what I was saying was, I think those games where we really looked awful and we thought, oh boy, we're definitely tanking. I don't think those days are coming back right now, because we already seen it in the last game. These bottom six guys, they're trying hard. They're working. They're trying hard. And we still. I don't know, man. I don't know about getting this lottery pick. I think they might blow it. I think that somebody said Petrie's playing. Yeah. Bucks, no, I haven't watched boxing in 20 years. I liked it when I was growing up. No, he scratched Lilia. Oh, I thought Petrie was going to get to play. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the hot dog with the NFL draft. The same thing applies. The most important stuff, is hockey, is the hockey playoffs. That takes, that gets first dibs. All right, we got $1.10 left on the power play. Looks pretty good for Minnesota, actually. Nope. We did clear. There we go. Okay. Holy crap. Thank you, Great White. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Can't take the hat off, but we'll take the headphones off. Thank you, brother. He says, I think Tarasov is playing to not have a contract with the Panthers. He wants to go somewhere and start, right? Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, man. So Sturm and Petrie aren't playing tonight. Usually they played a guy against his former team. And that is, nope, they held it in. Tarasenko. I remember that guy. Faber, Tarasenko. He's going to take it and shoot it. There's the shot off the post. Rebound. No. Oh, my God. Tarasov. Holy crap. Do you think Petrie is playing in there? All right, so let's see this. What a save. Post, rebound, and then it's right there. Jeez. There's the post, the rebound. Get out to the side of the net. Come on, show the whole thing. Jeez, nice job, Tarasov. That should have been a goal. Holy crap. He's wearing number 2. Okay, Colin. Thank you, bud. Hot dog. All right. Well, we killed it off. Tarasov's pretty good at the east-west saves. He does move pretty well, yeah. His rebound control is not spectacular, but Bulwer says there's a Dolphin fan jersey he bought in the last 5 years and was traded or released at a Fitzpatrick, Chubb, Tua, Waddle, Odell, Tariq, and the only. Damn, Bulvar. Well, it says, worst case, I just tell you who the Dolphins drafted with their 2 picks to let you know if they were good or not. We going to commercial yet? All right. You guys are funny. You guys cracked me up with the tank, no tank stuff. I get it. I can't root for them to lose. But I guess the only thing I can really say is I want them to win, but I'm not upset if they lose. I don't know. We'll see. What's going to happen is going to happen. Bob's 7th all-time in career wins. He's staying. Yeah. He's staying. I guess Emily Kaplan just said they wouldn't be surprised if they came to an agreement before the end of the season. So that would be nice. Dave says the only Dolphins jerseys worth buying is one with Velcro numbers. All my Dolphin jerseys are old. I've got a Marino. I've got a Ronnie Brown, Jason Taylor, and my brother Gene found me a Trent Green at a yard sale one time and sent that to me. Oh, and I got the blue Zach Thomas. I haven't bought one since. Hey, Silva. Pretty good. Um, the effort is there. The legs are there. We're not doing anything stupid. We look like exactly like what we are. Not quite a playoff team, but not bad enough to be in the bottom. Hey, Philip, how you doing, bud? World Cup qualifying right now. Nice. Trent says we're winning this game, unfortunately. I think you're probably right. So, Lilia, the way that the pick works is that the pick that everybody's talking about is the first round pick that we traded to Chicago last year, along with Knight for Jones. That's the pick everybody's talking about. The pick was top 10 protected, which means if we get the pick in the first 10 picks, we get to keep it this year and then give it to them in 2028. So the idea is if we lose enough games and we can get that pick, we have a chance to add a really, really good player. As an example, Lundell was taken with the 12th pick. So the thought for people is it's not that they want to lose. Oh, Kachuk just got stopped. It's not that we want them to lose. It's just that if you're going to miss the playoffs, if you could get that draft pick and add another elite player to the mix that was younger, that's kind of better for the franchise than just missing the playoffs and not getting the pick. Either way, we're not making the playoffs. So that's why. Jesus, Tarasov heard Bobrovsky might sign his deal, and he's playing out of his mind. Oh yeah, Great White. He had a fantastic time. He's just exhausted. Oh yeah, so they just mentioned Petrie there. Yeah, Tarasov is out of his mind today. Another save. Jeez. Okay. Real says, yeah, we could also use the pick in the trade to get a player, right? This kid Wallstedt's pretty good. Philip, yeah. That's already a high scoring game, right? Oh, here we go. Jeez, what a move that was. What do we got? Oh, hand pass. Okay. Yeah, he is playing Lilia. Yeah. Praise Tarasov during the intermission. You don't think the pick can be traded as it's technically as part of a trade? I'm not sure because we still have to give them the pick in 28. It's only protected the one time. Somebody would have to research that. I think number 3. I think somebody said Petrie's wearing 3. Oh, jeez. Tarasov is out of his mind. Still 5 minutes left in the period. That shot broke a stick. They hold it in, or is it going to be out? No, we got it back anyway. Flip it up and out. All right, here we go. Shots are 10-5. Favor of Minnesota. Tell her the Panthers just going to win at home and lose on the road. Interesting thought. I mean, they are playing well for the home crowd. There's no doubt. But, the biggest problem we had all year was legs, right? And there's so many guys out there on the ice that have fresh legs in terms of having not been, on the cup runs. The defense is mostly intact. But in terms of the forwards, most of these guys weren't. There's only a few out there. Hey, did we ever see Rodriguez come back? They called Timu Verhaeghe. Oh, for crying out loud. They must have thought 29 was 23. Great White says, Jaws, I don't really think we need anybody. You're talking about someone for a first-line starter. I'm talking about if we could get an elite defenseman. We could probably get a pretty good defenseman. We have to start being able to insert some youth. So if we could get an elite defenseman to pair with Kulikov on the bottom pair, and then have him eventually move up as, because Jones is over 30, Ekblad, Forsling. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking a nice defenseman, like what happened with the Islanders and getting Schaefer. Patel. Yeah, good point, Bobby, with Bobrovsky having never been drafted. Shows you the draft isn't everything, right? Philip, you get the NFL games. Yeah, I would probably have to get a VPN for that, I suppose. Oh, Paul Laws. Oh yeah, I remember. I've got a signed picture of him not in here. Yeah, no, Paul Laws. I remember. He was a good dude. Was it him? I went to the Hollywood Square Mall when they were winning in '96, and I got my jacket signed by Mellenby, and there was another player there. It might have been Laws, or it might have been Lowry. Might have been Lowry. You had to choose between one and the other. Yeah, the enforcer during the '90s. Yep, we got numbers. Let's go. Do the thing. Come on, I'm ready for the bell. Ah, jeez. Boy, Chucky looks good for Chucky though, doesn't he? It's been a long first period. Kachuk for Celebrini. Here we go. Come on, Force. Nope. There's a glove save. I mean, we're just not playing poorly. We're just not playing bad. It's gonna be nip and tuck to see if, now maybe they have a certain time where they plan on sitting like everybody and then losing the last 4 games or something and getting into the lottery. Like, you gotta figure Zito would want it, right? No, nowhere near is boring. Well, that was 4-4 on the shots. We're, I think, 10-5 here. They got the scoring chances up right now. .306. Like, yeah, shots are 11-7. That's a huge difference from last night. We do want to keep those shots down. Strozer is better than Petrie. That's for damn sure. Oh. All right, good job. There we go. I mean, this Forsling diving to get to a puck on the rush. That he's not tanking. Another save. Hey, you like more shots? Got a stat pad to save percentage. So once the playoffs start, we'll still be here. Now, like I was telling the members earlier, like a series like Edmonton versus Vegas, I know those might be some late games. So depending on the timing of everything, if Kyle doesn't want to do those games, I might just come in here and do some of those on my own. If they're late starts. Because I want, if Edmonton and Vegas play in the first round, I want to see that. I don't want to have to just wake up for the highlights for that. Two minutes left. This has been a long first period. Who do I like for the Cubs series? I'm still feeling Tampa and Colorado. I know Buffalo. I know Buffalo, but the goaltending, if Vasilevsky is Vasilevsky, I think the teams in the East are going to have a problem. I assume the Eastern Conference Final is going to be somebody versus Carolina. Oh, no. Jeez, they've had so many good chances. Come on, Sabrango, get rid of the puck. That was terrible. That was just awful between Sabrango and Benning. Oh, shit. Another save. Buffalo might be Final Four at least. Well, that would mean they beat Tampa, right? Another save by Tarasov. It's still loose. Jeez. 17 shots in the first period. What, are you going to commercial? We'll see if Kyle actually makes it in here on time. I told him to pay attention, but he's probably somewhere dancing to Michael Jackson or something. You're going to call Buffalo Mark Ruffalo Buffalo. Is that you, Kyle?
Yeah.
All right, good job. We got 30 seconds left in the period, so perfect timing. Good job. Don't let them score right here, guys. Season high amount of shots allowed in the first period. Jeez. Tarasov heard Bobrovsky might get signed, and he's gone crazy. You're right, Patel. The whole season, it's been that way with Tarasov. Okay. All right. So that was a good period of play, though. What was that, 18, 19 shots? Good grief. All right, Kyle, you coming? Fantastic. Okay. I'm going to go do my thing. I'll see you in 15 minutes or a couple minutes less. It's nothing after the first period. Tarasov is either 18 or 19 shots that the Wild have in the first period. Yeah, exactly. All right, don't lose my little earplugs, okay?
Okay.
All right, guys, I'll be back. Here's Kyle.
All right.
Okay.
You have a spot I can put a glass down there?
Yeah, there's plenty of room there.
All right.
Okay.
Hello. What's up? What's up? Yay, I'm back from vacation. Florida was fun. I'm just taking some time to relax or catch up on rest. I see Columbus and Montreal are tied at 1. Pittsburgh and Ottawa are tied at 1. Seattle has a 2-1 lead over Tampa. The Islanders have a 1-0 lead over the Stars, and the Flyers have a 2-0 lead over the Blackhawks. Two expected goals for the Wild that period alone. 75% deserve to win for them on Money Puck. So what are my thoughts about the Waddle trade? Give me a second. I need to remind myself what the return was. So Denver receives Waddle and the Dolphins' 4th round pick in this year's draft. Miami receives the Broncos' 1st rounder along with late 3rd and 4th picks. So it's essentially moving down in the 4th round and giving up Jalen Waddle in exchange for getting a 1st and the 3rd. It essentially means the Dolphins are planning on tanking. How was my trip? It was pretty good. It was very fun. And I watched the majority of the Panthers Oilers game. That was fun seeing us continue to own the Oilers even in a season where everything else has gone wrong. So I see that the only reason the Hurricanes are still first in the conference is because they have a game in hand on the Sabres. I wonder if that'll change after tonight. Vancouver, Golden Knights, Calgary, Washington, Utah, Colorado, Winnipeg. No, it'll still be the same. Yeah, Dolphins having to fire Dolphins having a grand fire sale. Crazy how much talent they had, and the most they got was the ice game in Kansas City. We got closer to winning the first playoff game in a quarter century when Skylar Thompson actually led us to a lead against the Bills. You remember that? So, Bolvar, you ready for your checklist to be completed? Dolphins say no, we're not trading Achan, check, then trade him to the Seahawks at the deadline. No, check. How come we're not using the basement for the streams? I assume my dad was just using this setup up here out of convenience while I was not here. So, yeah, Seattle is currently beating Tampa at the end of the first. Islanders and Red Wings, what are you doing? You were in either wild card or top 3 in your respective divisions for so long this season, and you're getting outdone by the Senators. The Senators. I mean, out of nowhere, the Blue Jackets actually made it to second place in the Metro right now. And the Bruins and Sens are the wild card teams. Yeah, the Sens that have 7 defensemen out for an extended period. Philip, you might hop on the Blue Jackets bandwagon. Would be cool if they won the cup. Yeah. So, PK Subban's Norris Trophy power rankings are apparently. Oh, hang on, they cut away from the screen. Matthew Schaefer at number 5, Lane Hudson at number 4, Quinn Hughes at number 3, Cale Makar at number 2, and Zach Werenski at number 1. Yeah, win it Jackets for Johnny. Am I Team Tank or Team 12 wins in a row? That's a tough question because the Panthers could legitimately win 12 games in a row and still miss the playoffs. So right now I think the Panthers are on the cusp. They're on the cusp of the 10th overall pick. Well, that's cool, Pacharo. Yeah, Bradley Chubb went to your job yesterday. Toronto is failing their tank. Going to give the Bruins a top pick. Are we ready to see the Supersonics come back? Oh, yeah, I heard the NBA is trying to expand to Seattle and Vegas as if there wasn't already problems that the NBA needs to solve first. Yeah, the Kraken and the Red Wings fell out of playoff spots. All of the wild card teams who are under 80 points should be ashamed of themselves that they've let the Nashville Predators took the second wild card spot. That team sold at the deadline, and they're on a 5-game win streak, and they're now 3 points ahead of the Kings, a whole 5 points ahead of the Kraken and Jets. A reminder that the Winnipeg Jets, who have had some of the worst goaltending this season, are only 5 points out of a playoff spot because they're in the Western Conference. And also a reminder that the Florida Panthers would be 4 points out of a playoff spot, just ahead of the Kraken and Jets in the standings if we were in the Western Conference. No, the fishing trip I had planned in Florida was canceled due to bad weather. Stamkos went from last year being worth a 5th-round pick to being worth a 1st this year, and he specifically told the team, "Do not trade me. I'm not moving my family again." So I see some of you asking what I did while I was in Florida, and the biggest thing I did was I went to Walt Disney World for the first time in 7 years. I went to Epcot with my Uncle Gene. Dominic says, "Welcome back, Kyle. Epcot is my favorite park." Yeah. When was the last time you went to Epcot? The park is Future World is hardly recognizable from what it was even from the last time I was there. It astounds me that the Sens hold the last wild card spot in the East. And aside from the Central Division, none of the teams currently in a playoff spot. None of the teams currently in a playoff spot in the West that is not a Central top 3 team. None of them would even be in a playoff spot right now in the East. The Ducks are only at 84 points. The Mammoth are at just 80 points. And the Oilers and Golden Knights are at 79 and 78 points, respectively, with the Preds being at 77. It's been at least 7 years. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just getting myself my water, and then I'll come.
All right.
Hang out. Okay. Everything good?
Yeah.
Okay. I know they're happy to see you.
Yeah, they are. The Pacific is whack.
Oh, I know. It's nuts.
None of the top 3 teams in the Pacific would even be in the playoff spot in the East.
I know.
So, which do you think is more likely, by the way? Is it more likely that both the Islanders and the Red Wings miss out on the playoffs after having been in a playoff spot for so long in favor of the Sens of all teams? Or do the Flyers are just 5 points back of a playoff spot right now? Could the Flyers somehow take that last spot? Or is it more likely that either the Kings, Kraken, or Jets make it back into a playoff spot and usurp the Preds? How have the Sharks fallen this badly? They've lost 5 in a row, and they're 7 points back. The wild card with only 13 games left. Their goal differential is now only better in the conference than the Flames, Blues, Blackhawks, and the Canucks. JC says, "Welcome back, Kyle. Your dad said you are the one responsible for paying my on-air fee when I covered you during your absence." That's funny. The Sharks suck. Well, Macklin Celebrini was single-handedly keeping them in the playoff spot. Oh, it looks like the Sens have taken a 2-1 lead over the Penguins. You know, the Penguins are not out of the woods yet.
No.
They're only 1 point ahead of the Islanders.
I mean, there's like 7 teams there fighting for 5 spots. It's insane.
Well, I mean, there are only 3 teams in the entire Eastern Conference that are 90 points or better. And that's the Sabres, the Lightning, and the Hurricanes.
Right.
And the Hurricanes are only hanging on to best in conference because of the game in hand. The Canadiens, 88. Bruins, 88. Blue Jackets, 87. Penguins, 86. Sens, 85. Islanders, no, it started actually.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sens, 85. Islanders, 85. Red Wings 84. The Flyers only 5 points back at 80.
I know the Flyers still have a little bit of a chance.
Yeah. Real Cinema says we will finish the Red Wings off. They're our final game. Let me edit this banner for you.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
You never even changed it to intermission. We're being outshot 19-6.
Yeah.
That's not good. All right. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later.
You'll be back for the second intermission.
For the second intermission. See ya.
Okay. Grazie.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Oh, man.
What?
The cup.
Yeah, I know. That's the one with me and Stu, though. So I'll get samples of the other ones. All right. It is warm in here. I'm gonna have to crack this. Okay. All right, let's go. Okay. Good there. There we go. All right. The Easter one, he could knock the Red Wings out of a playoff spot. Hey, Anderson. Oh, come on already. Real. Okay. All right, let's see how we look this period. It's just amazing the difference in the level of play when we put all these guys out there with fresh legs. It's like night and day. And when you look at the number of injuries that crap. Boo. That was bound to happen. I mean, we've been allowing too many shots. What happens? That's our friend Sabrango. Absolutely. That's Sabrango and Benning. But that's, it's the way it goes. Tarasov just didn't get the paddle down. All right. Well, Cade. Boo, yay, exactly. Exactly. You're talking about Foligno being out there, and it's Benning, Sabrango, Hinostroza, so I'm not sure who else was on the ice, but I was just complimenting the team. But the reality is Shots are 21-6. Yeah, Colin. Sabrango, I agree with you. All right, we're going on the power play. Petrie got an assist. So now we get some PP time. All right, maybe we can get it tied up. Yeah, I've been surprised they've given Sabrango so many opportunities. Is Bornford still hurt? Is that why he's still out there? Or is she just in the AHL helping them out? Lilia. All right, let's go. Rahagi. Hinostroza's on the first power play. Here we go. Jones shot, rebound. Nobody can get to it. We got to it. No, we don't. And it's cleared. Hinostroza on the top power play. Hey, Brandon, you just missed him. Kyle's doing the intermissions because he was still a little tired, so I gave him the night off. So he was there for the first intermission, and he'll be there for the second intermission as well. Hinostroza for Hagee, Kachuk, Jones, and Bennett. Come on, Chucky, I want to ring the bell. At least they're moving their feet. It's interesting that Maurice has given Hinostroza time up there. Definitely, you can tell Maurice wants to see what the kid can do. There's the clear 25 seconds left. He'll be born again foot. He's good to go if needed. Gotcha. Born again foot. Jeez. This guy, Wallstead. Yeah, they were trying to get it deflected, but Cunnin just missed it. 5 seconds left. They win the draw. Held in? No, Boquist cannot hold it in. And that penalty has been deceased. Three-one Seattle. Yeah, Kyle had the scores up. He goes to ESPN. Interesting. There's another shot. Nice save. 21-8, the shots in favor of Minnesota. Tarasov is either has a night where he's not good, or on nights like tonight when no goal support. None whatsoever. Let's go, guys. Come on. Can we get something going here? That Nosek. What do you guys think? You think we bring back Nosek? We didn't get to see him this year with the injury. We didn't get to really see how much his game would have degraded due to age. We are going to have some money to spend, but I wonder if, like I've said multiple times, You could upgrade at 4C, but then you also have Rodriguez. No Erod for the rest of the game with upper body injury. Thank you, Colin. As soon as I was talking about him, too. I know Rodriguez is not your prototypical 4C, but he is under contract. And I guess if we moved him, that would give us even more room to go get a guy. We would have the money next year if we wanted to have a pretty formidable fourth line. Not that Nosa, Gadjevich, and Greer was bad, but we would have the money to seriously upgrade at 4C. Go get Stenlin. That's a thought, too. That's a thought. How old is Stenlin, though? I know they might, and then, of course, there's Cole Schwint, too. But are we, depends on where we want to spend the money. Stenlin is 29. How'd he do this year? 4 goals. His faceoff percentage was pretty good, 55%. I wonder if Utah is going to want to re-sign him. How much is his deal for now? Stenlin's contract, $2 million. I'm sure he'd be an option, unless they want to get younger or go with Cole Schwint. What if we trade it for Brady? Well, yeah, I've been talking about that for a few weeks. Lots of people have been talking about that. If you're going to make a move for Brady, you have to send some salary back the other way, which probably means Rodriguez. And even if you traded Rodriguez, if you traded for Brady, you're pretty much eating up all of the cap we have left. And then you'd probably, at that point, would move Samoskevich, because there's no room for him if you have Brady Tkachuk. And then maybe bring up Vilmanis to play on the fourth line. Because if you get Brady, the only thing you're left really doing is you want to get a guy ready to take over for Marchand when he gets to be too old. Yeah, imagine the fourth line with Schwint, Rodriguez, Greer, Hinestroza, Marchand, Vilmanis. I don't know if we have the roster space. Yeah, the line combinations for the fourth line next year is endless in a good way. Exactly. Yeah, Barman, that's the thing. If I honestly, once I thought about it, we could do both. If we get that pick, depending on what we would take, it just depends on what Tkachuk wants to do. He could simply play out his last 2 years, and then we could get him for free, as a free agent. You know what I mean? That could happen. Holy crap. Thank you, Jeb. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. I'll take the headphones off. Thank you, Jeff. Much appreciated. 20 Flying Fluffy Panthers memberships. Thank you, man. Big, huge thanks. Everybody who just got gifted a membership, I do a pregame for each Panthers game for the members. And once the playoffs come, we're definitely going to have lots of members content. Well, obviously won't be Panthers pregames unless a miracle happens. But we'll still have plenty of member stuff during the playoffs for sure. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you, bud. Bobby, I think he got hit in the hand with the puck or a stick. He got hit in the hand. Hey, Tony. So Kyle was on vacation to Florida for a week. He just got back yesterday. Pretty tired. So since we have back-to-back this weekend, I gave him tonight off. But he's here during the intermissions. So he was here during the first intermission. He'll be here during the second intermission. Shots are 23-11, so we have cut down on the chances for Minnesota a little bit in this period. You feel like Ottawa won't let him go unless the puck is involved. But Brady does have the no trade. Right. Yeah. It could simply become a situation where Brady says, trade me to Florida or lose me for nothing. He you know what I mean? Once you give the player a no move clause, they have all the power. Well, Colin, Nosek doesn't have a contract. We just gave Gadjevich 2 more years. But I just wonder if what his health is. I just wonder how his health is. Saved by Tarasov again. Yeah, Colin said, plus I'm going to assume unless something crazy happens that Boquist is being traded is a done deal. It's got to be, right? Like, of all the options, keeping him for $1.5 makes no sense. No, I get it, Barman, yeah. No, Terrace, hey, Susie, I don't want to praise him. Yeah, it's a good point, Bobby. Mike Benning might be undersized, but look at Quinn Hughes. It's a good point. All right, come on, guys. Are we going to score a goal at all? 11 shots on goal halfway through the game. It's not fantastic. Yeah, Cade. No goals for us. There we go. Come on. Oh, off the post. Damn it. Forsling. Oh, got it. You okay? He's okay. All it took was Forsling to have that one night off, and he looks like a beast again. Here comes Hughes. He misses wide. All right, so we're halfway through the game. Shots are 24-13. Quick second period. Benning reminds you of Spurgeon from Minnesota. As long as he doesn't end up in a situation where he's trying to battle guys in the crease. All right. Are they going to commercial? Looks like it. Hey, Bucks. That's actually Matthias, Bucks. The we are going to overtime is Matthias when he was just a wee little lad. So what's going on in the rest of the games here? Let's see. There were definitely a few games that had some playoff implications. Penguins and Sens are tied at 2. The Flyers 3, Blackhawks nothing. The Kraken are beating the Lightning. The Islanders 1-0 on the Stars. The Jackets and Canadiens are tied at 1. And the Jets have a 1-0 lead over the Avs. So that the Penguins Senators game is huge. Right now, the wild cards are Boston and Ottawa, but that could change here. Well, no, Ottawa would still be the wild card, even though they would leapfrog Pittsburgh in terms of points. But then if the Wings win tomorrow, I mean, it's going to come down to the last few games. We will definitely be streaming as we get closer to the playoffs. We'll definitely be streaming some games with playoff implications before they actually start. Just the one stinking goal given up. Yeah, so that goal they're showing the highlight. The Foligno brothers were on the ice. And we had Nosek, Benning, and Sabrango on the ice with Hinostroza, and I'm not sure who else. Of course, we're short of forward now with Rodriguez being out. They don't look bad, though, right? I mean, Minnesota's a good team. It's not like we're getting waxed out here. This brand of hockey, hey, Midnight, the way the team is playing now, this reminds me of some of the Panther teams from the past who just didn't have the talent level. But every night you knew you were going to get 110% effort. Even though we weren't going to make the playoffs, and we'd lose every game by one goal. This kind of reminds me of that now. Tampa is more interested in fighting than scoring. Yeah, the Lightning have just gone kind of crazy with how they're just so many times when you see these highlights of the games where there's a ton of fights, it's the Lightning. Wallstead just had to make a save on Petrie. We cannot get into the zone at all. There you go, Bennett. Come on. Benning, shot, rebound. Ugh, nothing. Damn it, that was a good setup. That's the problem. The Panthers are giving too much effort. That's out. Okay. Oh, that was not a good play, Verhaeghe. Yeah, the Jackets, I think they might pull it off. Another save by Tarasov. You know, the Metro has been just, you know, anybody that got hot was going to be able to pull it off. Anything could happen. They have to keep their head above water, though. You can't just have that win streak. There's no room for error, right? Yeah, they're in second place, but lose a couple games and you're out of the playoffs again. Like, it's just going to be a madhouse coming down to the end. And really, you get to this point, and a lot of it's going to be about who gets the hot goalie, especially in the East. Hey, Deputy says, I chill here since Canucks are eliminated and not any better. Ticket prices are raising. Jesus. That sucks. You think it's a Kane Stars final? It's possible. I know the Canes and the Lightning would be a pretty good series. But I would really love to see, and I know there's a slim chance of it happening, but I'd love to see a Penguins-Oilers series. and have Skinner beat the Oilers. That would just be so beautiful. Boy, this period is flying by. .648 left. Cade wouldn't mind seeing Carolina get all the way for your dad. I can dig that. If it is a Carolina-Tampa Eastern Conference Finals, jeez. If it is and Tampa loses, shame on you, Tampa. I'm saying that sarcastically, of course. Yeah, not that long ago, we were celebrating Brett Connolly on free agency. That is such a good point. I think the Oilers are going to make it, Patel. There was a week or so there where it looked kind of iffy. But I think they're solid right now. 79 points. I guess the Preds could take. See, the thing of it is in the Pacific, all they got to do is finish in the top 3. So, and they don't even have to worry about the wild card. So there could easily be teams with more points than the Oilers that get the wild card. But the Kings and the Kraken have lost 4 in a row. The Sharks have lost 5 in a row. And so I don't think anybody's going to catch Edmonton. But if they would have been fighting for the wild card, they'd be desperate for points. Four and a half left. Benning drops it. Kachuk. Come on, Chucky. Chucky. Oh, he just missed wide. I got the bell right here. Boy, Chucky looks so good right now. Chucky definitely looks, to me, he looks the best he's looked. Uh-oh. Is that Benning? Is he okay? To me, Kachuk looks the best he's looked since before Kolazar blew him up. More Benning's got no stick. Benning lost everything. His helmet, his stick, and his glove. 3 1/4 left. Good job, Tarasov. Yeah, definitely needed a whistle. Only 3:15 left. Hey, happy Sabres fan. Good job. Huh? Good stuff. You guys just decided to start winning and to not stop. Right? Hot Dog says Sabres are a regular season team. I don't know, man. Right now, Sabres are likely to play either Canadians, Bruins, Sens, Wings. Like, Sabres can win that series. If it ends the way it is now, Lightning versus Canadians, I think Lightning take that. But then Buffalo versus Boston, Ottawa, Detroit, maybe Pittsburgh or the Islanders, depending on how things shape out. I think the Sabres could win that round. Could win a round. I certainly wouldn't look at them and think instant exit. Lilia, we won't know until the end of the season. We won't know, and then we got to have the draft lottery. Hot Dog says the Bruins or Canadians will eliminate Mark Ruffalo. Buffalo. Yeah, the pick, Lilia, it's determined about who the standings are. So the more we lose, the better the pick will get. That's why. All right, 3:15 left. Shots are 26-13. Gwen says, I think Tampa might use their post experience to overpower the Sabres. I that sounds about right. And then the Bolts and Canes. Yeah. That sounds about right. Lilia. All right, we lose the draw again. Uh-oh. We got to at least get out of this period without being down 2-0. Here we go. We got 4-on-3. Boy, the Wild got 3 guys back. How the hell are we supposed to score if the Wild got 3 guys back? Oh, nice play. Can we get to it? Bennett. Where's the puck? There, we got it. Oh, they tried to get it to Verhaeghe streaking in, but couldn't get it. 2:22 left. Uh-oh. Damn, Tarasov is out of his mind tonight. Hey, Fireborn, how you doing, bud? When's the last? When do we play? We don't play Vegas the rest of the way. We haven't played Vegas in a while. Or no, we went on the trip, but we didn't play Vegas. It's been a while. I don't think we've played them since before the Olympics. We played them early in the season. Jeez, I'm going all the way back here. November 10th. Yeah, we played our 2 games against Vegas before November. You guys will be all right. Just get in. Ah, son of a bitch. So what happens? The puck just comes around the net, and that's in. Jeez. So what? Why was Tarasov? He lose his edge or something? Oh well. Let's tank to the songs they're playing on the radio. Let's tank It's actually a pretty good song. It works. Let's tank instead of let's dance. Yeah. No, everybody hurts. I like that, Kate. Yeah. Yeah, Colin. I didn't see what Tarasov was doing before that. I don't know if he fell down or why he was all the way on the other side like that. But we owed him a few, right? Yeah, we don't. I mean, we have our legs a little bit tonight. Minnesota's playing purely defense. I mean, anytime we've had any kind of a rush, they got 2-3 guys back. They're a team that feels they can win the Stanley Cup, and we're just hanging on. Is that you, Kyle? Can we get it back before the period? $15 seconds left. Do we got something here? No. See, they got 2 guys back. The Wild are playing ridiculously responsible hockey. Hey, thank you, Dana. Thank you, Dana. Appreciate you. Crosby got hurt again? Not the same knee, is it? Thank you, Dana. Appreciate you. All right. Let me go get Kyle, and he can join you. Kyle! What's this? Okay. All right. Your score predictions 3-0. I hope it's only 3-0. We may not play all that much of an inspired second or third period, right? Here he comes. I hear him climbing up the stairs. You ready? Yeah. Okay.
Is it already intermission?
It is. It is. They're waiting for you. Your fans are waiting for you. They want to know where you are. All right. Kyle will be here in a second. I'll see you guys in 15 minutes. All right, there you go, kid. Thanks.
Oh, where's my glass? Did I not bring?
Yeah, you must not have.
It's not too. Okay. I heard you people were waiting for me or something. Okay. Hello. What is this? Kyle. An undisclosed injury for Crosby. Didn't he just come back from injury? Also, thank you, Dana, for the $5. And I see we are losing 2-0. Brilliant. And I see the Penguins and Sens are tied at 2, but the Penguins fans are probably wanting to die if Crosby is hurt again. Columbus and Montreal still tied at 1. The Lightning and Kraken game is now tied at 3. The Islanders still beating the Stars 1-0. The Flyers have a 4-1 lead over the Blackhawks near the end of the second. Methinks the Flyers are not dead yet. Also, the Chicago Blackhawks have fallen to worst in the West besides the Canucks. They're tied with the Flames at just 67 points. Ugh. The rumors about Flying Fluffy baseball were greatly exaggerated. Is it still spring training? No, today was actually the first day of baseball, I guess. But the Marlins haven't played yet. Ruthless Sharky. I am chilling, Kyle. I thought the Sharks could make the playoffs. It's the faded part that hurts. Thank you, Susie, for wishing me welcome back. I will say, though, the Sharks falling out of the playoffs will not be anywhere near as painful as the Red Wings missing the playoffs, if that's what ends up happening. The Red Wings were in a top 3 spot or at worst wild card in the East for so long. And then they collapsed in March again. How many times can one team collapse in a single calendar month? You're giving Dolphins in December a run for its money. That should not be possible. Since the month of March started, they have all of 4 wins in this entire calendar month. They've only had what is it? Since their win against Winnipeg on January 24th, the Red Wings have won only 6 games in the preceding span and have had all but 2 of their losses in that span were in a losing streak. Yeah. Cade says the Buccaneers fell apart that same way, too much to my dismay. Yeah, the Buccaneers should be ashamed of themselves. How do you not only fail to win that division, but let the Carolina Panthers of all teams win the division? Yeah, well, the Sharks, Macklin Celebrini has done wonders for you, but the later course of the season has proven the Sharks still need a little bit more. This is literally the first season in several seasons where the Sharks were not a wholesale seller center at the deadline. JC, this is rough to watch. Well, I consider myself lucky that I am not watching it right now. I will see you guys on Saturday and Sunday. The Flyers actually made it 5-1 before the end of the second period over Chicago. Wow. Now the Islanders' collapse has kind of surprised me. The Islanders had a top 3 spot in a relatively weak Metro for so long. What's happened? Is it really because of the Islanders failing, or is it because Columbus has now become red hot since they fired the coach? I mean, this team had a 5-game win streak, the Islanders, to close out February and start March, but they've only won 5 whole games. They've only won 5 games after beating us on March 1st. And this includes, well, pretty much every team they lost to is a playoff team or a wild card contender, except how do you lose to the Kings twice in this span? And how do you lose to Chicago, a team that's getting walloped by the Flyers? Yes, I am happy Columbus is playing well. I was hoping that they would have this sort of success last season in the aftermath of for Johnny. But if they feel like denying, I was hoping that they would be the ones to deny the Canadiens a spot, but that's looking unlikely. So instead, I'm just going to root for Columbus to stay where they are in the top of the top 3 of the Metro. I'm honestly hoping that the remaining wild card teams in the East, that some combination of the Sens, Islanders, Red Wings, and Flyers can conspire to kick Boston out. Montreal is not entirely safe either. They're tied with Boston. And this might be heresy to say, but I think I would rather have Boston make the playoffs than those damn Habs. I can't stand the Habs. Jeff, you feel a bit of comfort knowing we aren't making it? Henderson says they mathematically could have. About 5 teams fell apart completely. Yeah. Well, the only teams that are mathematically eliminated, the first one was the Canucks, to no one's shock, and the Rangers got eliminated recently. The Avalanche and Stars are the only teams to clinch playoff spots because they're the only teams in the entire NHL right now with more than 96 points. Washington Capitals, OV fan says, losing Carlson hurts and we aren't making it. That destroyed our season 2. Yeah. I guess the only positive for the Capitals, do you think Ovi comes back for another season? Do you think the Capitals try running it back? I mean, they aren't entirely dead. They are 6 points out of a playoff spot. But I see they also only the Islanders have played as many games as the Capitals. Everyone else has at least a game in hand if you're talking teams ahead of them. Henderson, you'd love to see Sid and Ovi retire the same year, would be really fitting. What would be great, Henderson? NHL, if you're listening, you need to make this a thing. When Sid and Ovi do retire, have them go out by being the respective captains of a Capitals and Penguins alumni game where you have Sid and Ovi and they each lead their own team of alumni from the respective teams. Jeff, Ovi did the unthinkable. You never thought the goal record would be broken. Yeah, and it holds I guess it holds a bit more of an aura about it than, say, Bam Adebayo beating Kobe's 81 points with 83 points in a game where Bam had 43 free throw attempts. The Blues started to play better lately. Yeah. Again, the Blues are only, well, actually the Western Conference wild card has now stratified more than the Eastern Conference wild card. The Sharks, it's 7 points with 13 games left seems to be a cutoff. I think that's a cutoff for, is it realistic or not? The Sharks are in free fall, 5-game losing streak, and 7 points behind the Preds. Kobe took 63 shots to hit 81. Now, I heard Kobe also had quite a few free throws in his game. But yeah, maybe the Blues get better next season, but you have a massive Jordan Binnington problem. I believe I heard that he was quite literally the worst goalie this season. Aside from maybe Tristan Jarry. That's not a high benchmark to clear. Oh, the Islanders have taken a 2-0 lead over the Stars. In fact, let me see if ESPN has convenient stats. Goaltending. By save percentage, yeah, Jordan Binnington is 4th worst this year, only better than Freddie Anderson, Samuel Ersson, and Levi Merilainen. And by goals against per game, Binnington ranks 5th worst, with only Monty, Merilainen, Askarov, and Lankinen. I guess you could make an argument that Levi Merilainen is the worst goalie, but where is saves above expected? I've heard that's the statistic that really matters. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Give me a second. Here we go. Goalies. Goals saved above average. Logan Thompson's actually the best this year at 24.8. Oh, looks like the third period has started. And Jordan Binnington is actually the worst goalie in the league at a minus 22.3 goals saved above average.
Okay.
And
Game back on? Yeah.
poor Bob. He's third worst goals saved above average this season at minus 21.2. The only two goalies worse are Kevin Lankinen and Jordan Binnington. That's the Vancouver's goalie and the Blues goalie who only cares about the Olympics and Four Nations.
Right.
I'll edit this banner for you.
Thank you.
Oh, Florida just scored.
Oh, of course. I missed the goal.
Forsling took a shot from the blue line, and it was redirected
by
Kachuk.
Hey!
Where's the Chucky bell?
Chucky! All right. Finally, I've been waiting to ring that bell the whole time. And damn it.
All right, so.
All right.
Well, it was nice seeing you all. I better scram. Or, it's 3-2 Penguins now. Tipsy says Kyle has to stay now. Sorry, Joss. I see you guys later.
He'll be back Saturday.
Yep, and Sunday.
Yeah.
Thank you for hanging out. And yeah.
All right, kiddo.
All right.
All right, good stuff. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we got a goal, eh? We got a game, we got a goal. All right. Good. Glasses. Okay. So we might hope I don't want overtime tonight. I got business to tend to after this game. Hey, Fatality. You guys are getting close. Blackhawks are getting close. Just look at how fast Buffalo went from no to yes. All right. I had some roasted salted cashews. Oh, so good. Henderson says they blew a 2-goal lead against us. You can do this, Cats. If we're going to do it, let's do it in regulation. Okay. All right. Am I having a party tonight? That's the plan. All right, so shots are 30-15, but it only matters what's the score. So we'll see how desperate Minnesota is. Must Panthers party. It's not that kind of party. Hey, Ovi fan. Yeah, good for Carlson, eh? I know that was rough. Guy had been there for forever, but at least he's getting a chance to be in the playoffs now. The Ducks are in first place. At least they've stopped putting the Panthers in the hunt for the playoffs, right? All right, 17-11 left. Is that Gregor taking the draw? Gregor, Boquist, Sabrango. I think that's Foot. That is Foot. Hot Dog says, unless you're wearing a white and green jersey, no more goals. Chucky has looked so good since he came back, though. Oh, no. Can we get it? There we go. Gregor. Oh, jeez. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, boy. Good Lord. Gregor looks like he might be okay. Boy. Yeah, Omega. Oh, boy. He's okay. Boy. I don't think the puck crossed the goal line either. Yeah, it looked for a second like his rib hit the post, but I think he's okay. It was more like maybe his upper thigh or maybe the happy place. Kind of looks like this happy place hit the post. No, that sucks. Now they got to clean the blood off the ice. I mean, Utah's been close there all year long. We were looking at this earlier. I kind of feel Utah is going to be good to go because, they're in the number one wild card and nobody's going to catch the Oilers or Knights. So you're not going to have to worry about them. The Kings, Kraken, Sharks they're just blowing it completely. I feel Utah is pretty safe. I mean, you're probably going to end up playing Colorado in the first round. So, you know how that's likely to go. But you should get in. Nearmac, it's a must-lose game. Kings, Kraken, Sharks should be investigated for tanking. Well, I know Nick was not thinking the Sharks had it to finish it off. Forsling, no. Yeah, Minnesota is not playing nearly as well defensively as they had earlier in this game. I think we might get this game tied up. Chucky look. Oh, that came out. Chucky looks so good, man. This is the closest Kachuk has looked to how he looked when we first got him. Just minus the hitting. He's not running around hitting everybody. Like, he just looks so much better than he did. Makes you realize, just how limited he was in the whole playoffs last year. Oh, all right. Philip, this is high level soccer 2-1. Jeez. Flying Fluffy Soccer channel. Oh, there might be some baseball games in my future, but I don't know about soccer. Oh yeah, the Preds are playing good. Give them credit for keeping those guys together. I don't suppose they're going to make any noise in the playoffs, but I mean, the West has just been a pillow fight. You're fine not playing Oilers in the playoffs, Kings. Yeah, I bet, right? I bet. Oh, well, where are we? I think they just said a little over 6 minutes left. Excuse me, 6 minutes into the third period. So we got about 13 and change left. Minnesota's not playing as well defensively as they have been in the rest of the game. I would not be surprised if we ended up seeing Matthias again. Okay. Hey, Carlo. You think the Wild have already wasted the gas catching up to Colorado when it's not playoff time yet? That sounds about right. Another save. The Flames got a long way to go, unfortunately. You got rid of Uyghur. Huberdeau with hip surgery. It's basically should be a free rebuild, a full rebuild. I read free Nuggets and combined the free Nuggets in their full rebuild. Oh, good job, Tarasov. Get back in the net now, please. Boy, it's so weird just not being like stressed and anxiety over each little movement of the puck. Oh, no, okay. You know, I didn't realize it. Somebody mentioned it on the noon stream today that Cole Reinhardt actually has a contract for next year already. He's got another year on his deal. So unless we waive him and somebody else picks him up or we trade him, he'll be on the roster next year, which can we just package him with Boquist for a bag of pucks in a third jersey? They don't even have to be good pucks. We're going to get this game tied up. These sons of bitches are going to take us to overtime again. Hot dog. Yeah, I know some were hoping that Kopitar would get one more round, one more go at it in the playoffs. Yeah, Colin. That was my exact thought. Was really, but then we looked it up today. Unless there it is. His contract runs through the 26-27 season. He's got one more year on him. I didn't know it either. I just assumed if we picked him up off of waivers, he only had the one more year in the deal. How many times do you pick up a guy off waivers with term? But he's got it. So Zito must have really been desperate for bodies to just play. Is it a two-way contract? Doesn't say, so I don't know. Holy crap, Tarasov. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? But yeah, trade Timu Reinhardt after the season. Yeah. I mean, the number of bottom six players that we have in the mix is obscene. I mean, you could waive him, and if he doesn't get picked, to put him to the AHL, but I don't know how that would work salary cap rise. Like, we can't be having cap be taken up by him next year. So Tarasov out here playing for a contract with Montreal next season. I don't know. Probably not Montreal. Who do you think would give Tarasov a starting chance? Who needs a goalie? I know, hot dog. Yeah, the Devils really nobody. The Devils really have underwhelmed, haven't they? Yeah, he's playing for that contract tonight. Cade says Edmonton's in desperate need of a goalie. You know, that is not, or the Flyers, but Edmonton. Would Tarasov be an upgrade over Jari? Ooh. Yeah, Lions looking pretty solid. All right, so we got 9 minutes left. The crowd is into it. These guys are trying. Yeah, Hughes played well in the Olympics, and then you guys fell apart. Kind of like Kachuk played well in the Olympics, and then the Panthers fell apart. I know we're going to tie it up, man. I can just tell. Tarasov moves it around. Good stuff. Oh, foot. No. There, yeah. But tell, yeah, every once in a while you see them, right? Yeah, they're playing for contracts right now. Exactly. Foot, Gregor, Cunnin, Nosik, Hinostroza, Tarasov. They're all playing for contracts. There might be more than that too. Not Boquist, of course. Boquist is playing to determine which team wants to trade for him next year, which is going to be nobody. How in the hell are we? How are we going to trade Boquist and Reinhart? We're going to have to give up a pick because of Boquist's. It'll be take Boquist, get Reinhart free. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll do BOGO. Take Boquist, you get Timu for free. Like, we already got too many guys. Yeah. I mean, one of the, like we've said with trade Boquist and Timu for Gavin McKenna. They might make us throw in Sam Miskevich, hot dog. My main thing is I don't want them to trade Vilmanis the way they traded Sordiv. We could have just as easily kept Sordiv and had a good young player and moved on from Boquist. Hinestroza, Nosek, Cunning, Gregor, Foot, Sabrango, Benning. You're right. Yeah, there's more. And Tarasov. Mackie Tagovailoa. Poor kid. He scored 15 last year. I'm willing to benefit of the doubt and see what he does in his third year. He needs to change his number back to 25. Oh. 8 minutes back. Forsling doesn't have a stick. Oh, that's going to be a good shot. Missed. 38 shots from Minnesota. Damn. Here we go. Chicken Chuck. Is it in the net? Ugh. Let's see. There's the puck. Wallsted's got it, yeah. Oh, so close. Patel, you still don't mind the Sordiff trade? Sordiff gives us the second round of Samo, maybe your third or fourth. Well, remember, we took Samo in the first round. Now, Sordiff was a net gain. But if we got a third or a fourth, we took Samoskevich in the first round. So that would be a loss. I can understand the Sordiff one because Marchand took that spot, really. But I want to stop trading away our young guys. We got to start keeping them. Because I'd like Vilmanis to be ready to take that third line spot next to Lundell and Luosterainen when Marchand, gets to a point where maybe he needs to play on the fourth line. Since we've got him for the next 15 years. .630 left in the game. Tarasov with 39 saves. His career high is 47. I hope we don't have to get there tonight. Waste Management wants them all. Hey, Red Wings. Yeah. Roger, you want to tie? I have a feeling they're going to tie it up. Five and a half left. Gregor and Foot being a pain in the ass again. Another save by Tarasov. Good grief. 42 shots. Yeah, the Iser plan is definitely not working out. Well, the Checkers lost in the Calder Cup final last year. They did make it all the way to the finals. How are the scores doing in the games now? Let's see. Penguins and Sens tied at 3. The Flyers are winning. Lightning and Kraken are tied at 3. The Islanders beat the Stars 2-1. The Canadiens beat the Jackets 2-1. Devils and Preds are tied. Avs and Jets are tied. Caps have a 1-0 lead over Utah. So the Islanders won and the Jackets lost. So that makes things even ridiculously tighter now, because I believe that's going to put, I don't know if that's updated or not. I think they haven't updated the standings yet. Let's see. So the Islanders and Jackets are now tied at 87 points, and the Penguins have 86 and are in the middle of their game right now, tied with the Senators, and the Senators have 85 points. So if the Sens win that game in overtime, you would have the Sens, Jackets, Islanders, Penguins all tied with 87, and then the Canadiens and Bruins with 88. Unbelievable. All right, we're under 5 minutes now. I hope they don't pull the goalie and blow it. Tarasov, man, kicking ass and just a goal. Six saves from tying his career high. Now 5. 4:11 left. Come on, guys. Go get the puck. We need a goal. Quinn Hughes is 27:45 average ice time. Damn. Here we go, Boquist. And Minnesota's got 3 guys back. How are you supposed to come back if they always keep 3 guys back? You remember when the Oilers celebrated right in front of Skinner in his first game as a Penguin? Yeah. Got to have Kyle come back in the room for another goal. Uh-oh. Jeez. Good job, Tarasov. I wish this guy would play like this all the time. Die Hard. I get it. I think the bottom line is I think the roster he's built is decent, but it's not really ready to compete. And it's been for forever. I would be ready to move on. If they miss the playoffs this year, I would be ready to move on. Jeez, what a save by Walston. 3 minutes to go. This is the closest game you'll see that the shots are 45-18. Tarasov's getting on your nerves. Yeah, the standings in the East are just stupid. It's going to be some crazy. I mean, there's some really good games going on tonight. Holy crap, what? I don't even need to look. I don't even need to look. We've already emptied the net. Ugh. I mean, not that it really matters that much, but Luosterainen won it. Ugh. 2:48 left. Oh, God, Jones. Jones almost, well, he did. He tripped over the net. All right, we got it in. We dumped it in. Minnesota is so good along the walls. All right. Right in front, and it's out, but that'll be icing. So 2:10 left. Yeah, that was almost bad for Jones. At least he didn't fall and bat it back into the net himself. Watching Caps versus Cats 14 when there was a 20-round shootout. Yeah. Oh, I remember. Kyle watched that with me. Fluffy was a puppy. He wasn't even 1 year old yet. Boy, Bennett looked like he got hurt. Shot. Uh-oh. All right, under 2 minutes left. So right in front, loose. Can't get to it. Sent down the ice, and that'll be icing again. $1:47 left. I remember that 20-round shootout. Also, it was Bennett got hit by a high stick. Yeah. Nope, lost that draw. We kept it in. Ekblad holds it in back towards the net. Luosterainen. Jones kept it in. Luosterainen. $1:24 left. At least they've got possession. Another block shot. Kachuk. Right. No! Ekblad! Look at that. They don't want to lose. They pull the goal with 3 minutes left. Unbelievable. Hot dog. Unbelievable. What a shot by Ekblad, man. I mean, what a shot. Okay, then. Let me change the banner. Can you believe that? I know I don't know how to feel, right? Patel. Unbelievable. I knew we were going to tie this game. You could just see it. Minnesota just wasn't quite playing as well on defense as they had been. Well, just enjoy it, right? Rebound blocked and cleared. Is that going to be icing? Should be, right? 12 seconds left. Beck says, I've given up all desires of outcomes for this season. Yeah. Yeah, KRG, the tank is going off the rails. Unbelievable. All right, let's see if we finish this up, and we'll get Matthias on here. Exactly, KRG. Yeah. Nope, you won the draw. Held in. Rebound. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. God. Another rebound. And just right there. Oh. Come on, man. They're finding ways for us to want them to lose and be pissed off that they lose at the same time. Son of a bitch. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. How do I end up aggravated over them? Oh, my God. Oh. Well, 2 points. I know, Frozen. I know. Yeah, no sick. That didn't look good at all. Hey, thank you, Daniel. Appreciate you, bud. Thank you, man. Yeah, what a kick in the balls. Hey, thank you, Bex. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Ah, jeez. They do the whole thing, and you're like, fine, let's go to overtime. I got Matthias all ready to go here. Son of a bitch. Ah. What was it? 3.2 seconds left? All right, Sports Short. One save from tying his career high. We got more tanks than the North Korean parade. Yeah, it would have been that one. That would have been the career high save. Jeez, 3.8. Thank you, Daniel. Oh, my God. We just can't do anything normal, can we? You knew another Latin. Jesus. Oh, my God. And those poor guys, I mean, they played their ass off tonight. Carlos says still 73 points. Not mad, not even disappointed. It is what it is. So-Flo. It's just at 2-0. It's like, okay, whatever. And then you do all that to come back and tie it. Ekblad with a beautiful shot. And son of a bitch. Come on. Well, that answers my question. I mean, Nosek just couldn't do it. I mean, it is what it is. Tarasov makes the save. The rebound is just right on the dude's stick. And it has just been that way all year long. McKenna's going to look great in a Panthers uniform. This isn't a tragedy. It's a comedy. Oh, 100%. You couldn't write that. Now we're just watching the rest of the season for the fun of it. Pretty much. God. JC says, this is my fault. I told Jackie during the face-off that if she left to go shower, she'd miss overtime. Boom, they score, and she says, I guess I won't miss anything. How many times have we lost games in the last minute or two? It's a lot, Susie. This year, it's at least 3. That's at least the 3rd time this year we're in the last minute, last seconds. Oh, it's just been that way the whole year. The entire season. Yeah, I mean, the rebound just right there. Right. Anywhere else, if he would have had to reach for it, KRG, you counted about 5. Yeah. I mean, my memory's bad, but it's at least 3 times. Nosek only coming back at a minimum salary. He's already there. He's already at a minimum. He doesn't make more than $1 million. It might be like $850 or something. I don't think we'll be bringing him back. We need to get younger at that position. Yeah, $775, like quite literally league minimum. The Lightning lost in overtime. Yeah, Patel says it's strange. Nashville looked like sellers at the beginning of the year, now in playoff contention. They're in a spot. The Preds are in a spot. They're not locked into that spot, but they're in a pretty good position. They won 5 in a row at the right time. The comments on the post, thank Petrie. Yeah, I'll be in a straitjacket tonight. Hey, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, man, next year is going to be awesome. We'll be fine. We'll be fine, but good God almighty. You keep Gregor and maybe Hinostroza. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of depth to pull for a 4th line. We've got like 5 4th lines worth of guys. Hey, Jake, how you doing, buddy? I mean, it was entertaining. Can't knock that. God, son of they made us care. Barkov is crying right now, pumping iron. Yeah, you can't expect to give Minnesota 49 shots and expect to win. And that's true. Tampa literally had all the chances and outplayed Seattle. .01 player snapped his stick. He ran to the bench to get another one, leaving a 3-on-2, and they scored. Yeah, Buffalo's at the top of the Atlantic. What a universe we live in. That's the way to put it. The Penguins won 2. It's sad. I called it when there's 12 seconds left. It said there'd be a last-second goal. It's unbelievable. Just win the sim lottery for the tank. That would be wild. Hey, Adonis. Glad Tarasov had a great game, but sad we're probably going to lose him in the offseason to get another goalie. In my opinion, we need someone to challenge Bob. He always plays his best when competing with someone. Yeah, no disagreement there. Let's see what we pay Bob. I mean, we've got so many decisions to make. There's just so many decisions to make. The core is good. I mean, we've got, but it's messy with the number of extra players we have. We don't have room for all the guys. We have too many forwards under contract next season, unless you're going to completely just throw away Greer, Jamiskevich, and Vilmanis. Like, a lot of decisions that need to be made. Your brutality, you're speechless. Yeah, that's one way to put it. All right, guys. I'm gonna roll so I can go. I like to have energy for the recap. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. It was a fun game. We can't say that wasn't fun there. Son of a bitch. He pissed me off now. So I'm going to take care of the recap. That'll be up in about 40 minutes. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for all the super chats. Much love. Hey, thank you, Daniel. Thank you, buddy. He says this offseason is going to be the first time in 2 years where our players get time off to recover and aren't plastered off beers for 2 months after winning. A very good point, Daniel. Very good point. You get to a certain age where you party like that, it takes you a little bit longer to recover. So that's an excellent, excellent point. So thank you again. All right. Tomorrow at noon, we can, I don't know, we can be happy and we can be sad. And happy, sad. Happy, sad. Happy, sad. All right, everybody. Appreciate y'all. I'll see you tomorrow at noon.